Hi there, my name is Pam Wright, and in today's video we're gonna look at how did I get here? Oh my God, I am my mother, or father for that matter. Many people grew up in a family where the parenting style didn't suit them, and many people vow that when I get older, when I have my children, I will not behave in that manner or that behavior, whatever it is. And it can be the mother, it can be the father, it can be both parents. And you vow that you will never behave like that. And then at some point in time, you see yourself behaving exactly like them and you don't like it. And then it can start to build this perpetuating fear that you are your mother or you are your father. And then that fear in itself perpetuates the behavior. We're looking at the emotional driver. What's driving this behavior? And one, even though we didn't want to behave like our parents, it is a connection. It's an emotional connection with a specific parent or parents, or, as I said, a caregiver. In this video, we are going to look at the fear, and we're also going to look at behaviors as well. Different behaviors. It's just a familiar way of acting or behaving or reacting. And once we take the emotional charge out of it, you then have a choice to behave and act differently. So then growing up, when you have your own children, you do everything in your power so that you don't behave or act like your mother, your father, or both your parents. It can even be extended. It can be your primary caregiver, where it could be a grandparent that had a significant impact on your upbringing. And you just vow, I am not going to do that. And then you start behaving exactly like them and fearing that you are your mother, your father, or whoever. But that's not true. But it is a learnt behavior, a learnt reaction, a learnt way of coping or dealing with a situation. And once we remove that emotional charge, you can then have the opportunity to have a choice. You can behave that way still, or you'll have another choice to behave in a more productive and obviously a more calmer, relaxed way of responding. But these are just learnt behaviors. And when we catch ourselves behaving in that way and we have an emotional reaction to that, it is then that becomes the emotional driver. Our reaction to our behavior becomes the emotional driver. You know, we have this fear that we're just like them. Have you ever noticed, like, people that have the fear of spiders, they show up everywhere. It's like they got a little bag full of spiders they carry around and release into, it's incredible. Wherever they go, especially if it's heading towards a phobia, everywhere they go, they seem to see, especially in Australia. What we are going to do now is we're going to look at that fear. Because by resisting it, it persists and it gets worse and worse and bigger, and it's not even real quite often. It could have happened once and you're still believing that you're just like them. So we're going to look at that fear. But if you have a specific time that you're ashamed of or you're embarrassed about, you may want to look at another video. We can do some tapping on that in this, but if you want to go deeper into it, look at a video on releasing shame. Okay, are you ready? So what we're doing is we're getting in touch with, and now from this point on, I'm going to say mother, and you can input whatever it is, okay? Oh my God, I'm just like my mother. And what happens is when you say that, there will be a physical reaction. There could even be images that come to mind. There could be things that you've said. You've repeated her exact words. Just notice how it bothers you. Notice how it upsets you. Where in your body you feel it. And then you're going to tap where I tap and say what I say, and we're going to release and let it go. You ready for that? Okay. So I'm imagining, if you're not there yet, pause the video, write it down. I've said it on so many videos. I really believe that to get the best benefit from these videos, you write it down. Okay? You got it? Okay, so now we're tapping where I'm tapping and we're saying what I'm saying. Releasing and letting go. All the sadness, all the fear, all the emotional trauma. Releasing and letting go all the anger, all the resentments, all the guilts. Releasing and letting go all judgment, all abandonment, all betrayals. Releasing and letting go all helplessness, all hopelessness, all feelings of no control. You can't change this behaviour. You believe it is who you are. Releasing and letting go all the ways this upsets me, all the ways this bothers me. I am safe as I let it go. Grab the wrist. So big deep breath in. And peace. Find that peace. Peace. Excellent. Okay, now we check back in again. I am my mother. Notice the behaviour, notice the words. Releasing and letting go. I'm so upset. I vowed to never be like her. And here I am, behaving just like her. Releasing and letting go all the hurt, all the pain, all the suffering, all the judgment, all the criticism. Releasing and letting go. All the ways this upsets me, all the ways this bothers me. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting it all go. Excellent. Grab the wrist, nice deep breath. And peace. Notice that peace. Perfect. Okay, let's go back again. So you're checking back in again. You're thinking it could be something you've just done. It could have been this moment, this moment where it's like, oh my God. I've had the moment with both. I've had, oh my God, I am my mother. Oh my God, I am my father. But it's okay. Because once you resolve this, once we take the emotional charge out, you can choose the qualities of your mother that you really appreciate and you know benefit. Mum was so caring of others. I believe that the work I do was driven by Mum's caring about others. Without a doubt. And then it's like, oh my God, I am my father. And you take the quality. My father was a great worker. He was a hard worker. I take a little bit, not quite so much as his, but a little bit of his, to be that worker, to get things done. And I let the rest go. If it doesn't serve me, I don't have to behave like that. Excellent. Okay, so checking back in again. Notice the behaviour. Notice what it was. Notice how it hurt you, how it hurt someone else, whatever it is. Releasing and letting go. All the shame, all the guilt. Just in case this is if you've done it and you're so ashamed of your behaviour. You feel so guilty. Once again, it'll be blown out of proportion. Releasing and letting go. All the ways this impacts me. All my judgment, all my criticism. I'm a horrible person. How could I do that? Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All the ways this upsets me. I am safe as I choose to let this go. That's not who I am, or it wouldn't bother me. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. Grab the wrist. if you need to take a couple of breaths to find that peace, if you need to pause the video. I know at many times people say that I do the tapping fast. By trying to keep up with me, it's breaking your trance anyway, so it works. Perfect. But you find that peaceful place in between. You change your state. The tapping will do it. Focusing on your fingers will do it. We change state. All right, and then we check back in. You think about behaving just like your mother. You notice how that's upset. Notice the changes, but notice what's left. Notice how it still upsets you. You can't believe that you did that. Releasing and letting go. All the disbelief. I vowed to never be like her. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All the shame, all the guilt, all the regret, all the remorse, whatever it is, all the judgment, the unforgiveness. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All the ways that this upsets me, all the ways it bothers me. I so don't want to be this person. This is not who I truly am. It is safe to let it go. It's just learned behaviour. That's all it is. And you can learn new ways, more empowering ways. You probably already have. And now that you've let this go, you'll use it more often. Releasing and letting go. Grab the wrist. And peace. Find that peace. And peace. Perfect. Okay, so we check back in again. I want you to check back in. So that means that you go inside. You check what's left. You think about behaving just like your mother. Or talking, saying stuff just like your mother. So it can be behaving or talking or reacting just like your mother. Notice what's left. Releasing and letting go. All the fear, all the anxiety. I'm so scared I'm going to end up just like her. Releasing and letting go. All the regret, all the remorse. Releasing and letting go. All the ways this upsets me. All the ways this bothers me. All the hurt, all the pain. Them emotional scars. And you're so scared you're going to pass it down to your children. But you're here tapping, doing this video. It proves that you want to change. You want to let it go. Releasing and letting go. Grab the wrist. And peace. Good job. Find that peace. Well, that was very interesting. I went to edit the video and the camera had stopped recording. So I'm going to do the second part now. We've done all the tapping. So you've done all the tapping to clear out any of the hurt or the pain or the fear that you are your parent, your mother. And now we're going to do some havening. And the havening is about we're moving into what is it we would like instead. So when you think about the being like your parent, but the behavior or even the behavior of your parent, I want you to, perhaps we could work towards forgiveness and understanding that they truly are doing the absolute best that they can, just like we are in every given moment. Now, that doesn't excuse the behaviour, because like you're finding a solution to it. You're looking at a way that you can do things differently. So we're just doing the havening and we're thinking about working towards forgiveness. If you're still really high on you can never forgive them, maybe you could watch a forgiveness video. So I want you to just start to imagine that you're working towards forgiving their behaviour, their words, their actions, whatever it was. And a little bit more understanding. And as of course you do that to your parents or significant person, you can also start to forgive yourself. You don't want to behave like that. That's why you're doing this video. And you want to be more resourceful. You want to be able to respond rather than react. So a little bit of forgiveness for self as well. Really starting to send them delta waves to that amygdala, which calms us down. It allows us to have a different perception, especially after the tapping. We've tapped out all the hurts, the pains, the frustration, the anger, and now we're letting in the compassion, the kindness, the love, the forgiveness. And giving ourselves a break. You really are doing the absolute best you can at any given moment. If you could do better, you would do. It's just programming and conditioning and learnt behaviour. That's all it is. There's nothing wrong with you. And you're working towards forgiveness. Forgiving your mother, your father. Working towards forgiveness. It could be grandparent, grandmother, grandfather. And you know that you're doing better and better. And the more that you're tapping or the more that you're working and processing your past, you can act and behave very differently. And you may need to do this for your mother, then you may need to do it for your father, then you may need to do it for a grandparent, whatever it is. Until you can find some forgiveness in your heart, some kindness, some compassion, some understanding. That's right. And that's the best thing to do. And just see yourself now behaving differently, responding differently. How you would like to respond, how you would like to behave. Excellent. All right, so if you need some more, just keep doing it through again. If you like the video, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, and I know well over half of you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me, but it also helps others that are looking for the videos. The more subscribers, the more that YouTube suggests these videos to others. And of course, leave a comment. I love all your comments. Keep tapping.